Today we've got some work to do around the cabin. Winter is coming and we have a few things we have to do to get ready for that. First thing on our list today is adjusting our solar panels. So what I'm going to be doing is replacing these brackets here with these shorter ones, and what that is going to do is that is going to give less of an angle to the panels, put them a little more straight up and down. And that's going to help us because the sun is starting to sink lower in the sky. It's not getting high up like it does in the summer. So we should be getting a little more solar power when we tilt them down like that. All right, so adjusting these panels is a pretty easy job. You just got to get up here, and I think it probably only takes about 2 or 3 minutes to adjust these. I think next year, since in the summertime, we didn't really change these out as soon as we should have, and we didn't really notice that big of a difference on how much solar we were pulling in when we did change them. So I think next summer, we're actually just gonna leave the panels in this position year round and see what happens. Otherwise, these panels, they've been great for us. We've had our solar system for actually a little over a year now, and no complaints whatsoever. On to the next project, which is gonna be putting the winter tires on the Tundra. All right, so the tires that we usually run on the Tundra are the Goodyear Duratrax. These have been great tires for it, and we actually usually get about 60 to 70,000 miles out of one set of tires. So those are super good tires. Absolutely recommend those. We are going to be switching them out with our winter tires. And these tires we actually got with our Suburban that we bought for our move up here. So we pretty much got these tires for free. And these are studless snow tires. They're Geolanders. These tires do great on icy roads, so we're gonna go ahead and put them on. Only thing that's gonna take a little longer on this job is I don't have a floor jack, so we're gonna be using the jack that the truck came with. All right, the tires are all done on the Tundra. Next thing we need to do is we're gonna get our snow blower fired up again and put into the Shelter Logic under cover. We are gonna be getting snow in a few days, and we're gonna kind of just go over real quick some of our snow management plans for this year. Last year, we got a really late start to it, and we ended up having a lot of snow in here, and it kind of became a hassle. We dealt with it, it wasn't too bad. This year, we've actually cut down a lot of trees towards our bog, and we've opened up a lot of area for us to blow snow and push snow. And our main thing is we're gonna start really early this year. As soon as snow hits, we're plowing it and we're getting it out of here. Okay, so this is where the snowblower and the Polaris 6-wheeler with the plow are gonna be housed this winter. We need to run into town to run some errands, and we're gonna pick back up with our winter prep as soon as we get home. All right, we made it back. Our next thing we're working on tonight is our generator. So last year we didn't really have a really good covered area for the generator. A lot of the times I was just taking a big piece of wood and kind of covering it with that when it was snowing. It wasn't really working out too good for us, and it was kind of hard on the generators. We want to keep this generator we have in nice running condition, so we are going to be keeping it inside our Shelter Logic. Our well's right here, so this is going to be an easy plug-in to the well when we want to get our fresh water. The house is a different story. We're going to be running an extension cord from here to the house, so that's how we're going to be charging the house when we're not getting any solar power. But in order to run this thing inside the Shelter Logic, we need to do something with the exhaust. We ended up picking up a piece of this 1-inch flexible exhaust tubing, and this is what we're going to be using to vent the exhaust of the generator outside of the Shelter Logic. All right, this is going to be really easy to put on. We just have a U-bolt and a clamp and 2 bolts, and it's going to slide right over the exhaust. Okay, the extension on the exhaust is done. The generator this winter is going to be sitting like this. And then we are going to be putting the exhaust right outside of the Shelter Logic, just like that. So far the Shelter Logic has been really cool having. As you can tell, we've got quite a bit of stuff in here. We have a bunch of kindling that we're going to be keeping dry. It's going to be easy to start fires with that this year. We're going to be keeping our snowblower in here, along with our Polaris and the plow. And as you can tell, we got our freezers and our extra gas cans in here. Let's head back over to the Connex because we need to winterize our little boat motor for the winter. Okay, so winterizing a small boat motor like this is pretty easy to do. All we're going to do is I'm going to start it up. I'm going to spray fogging oil into the carburetor until it kills the engine. Then we're going to remove the spark plug, spray a little bit in there, turn it over a couple times to lubricate it inside, and put the spark plug back in, drain the gas, and we're done. All right, so we're just going to spray a little bit of the fogging oil into the cylinder. And we're just going to turn it over a couple times. And the main goal of this process we're doing is we're going to try to keep down corrosion over winter inside this little motor. The next step is just going to be putting the spark plug back in. Alright, got the gas drained out of it. Only thing left to do is put the top back on and get her put in the Connex for storage. Alright, so we got quite a bit done today in our winter prep, but we are long from done. But another thing you're going to be seeing us use a lot more in upcoming videos is going to be our flashlights. We get down to about 3.5 hours of daylight on our shortest day of the year, and the days are definitely getting a lot shorter. So Ariel and I have multiple flashlights each. We have multiple headlamps each. We go through a ton of batteries and we use our flashlights all of the time. So a couple months ago, a company actually reached out to us and wanted to know if we were interested in trying some of their flashlights. And we said, of course, since we use them so much. So the company is Olight. They were nice enough to send us 2 of their flashlights for us to use. This is the first one. It is the Olight Seeker 2. So far, my initial review on this flashlight is honestly nothing but positive things. 2 things I really look for in a flashlight is battery life and the brightness. This thing is super bright. I'm not completely 100% on the specs, but I think the brightest on this is 3000 lumens. And battery life, this thing's rechargeable. Comes with a really cool magnet charger, just plugs into USB. Really cool little flashlight. The other light they sent us was the Olight IT3. It's a really cool little light, and as you can tell from all the wear on the paint, I have been carrying this thing with me in my pocket next to my Leatherman for about 2 months now. Not a super bright flashlight, but it also just runs off of 1 AAA. Great battery life, and it has 2 settings. It's got a high and a low, so this is a great everyday carry pocket flashlight to have on you. These flashlights are going to get a lot of use this winter, and we are going to give our honest review at the end of winter and actually see how these perform for us. If you guys are interested in these flashlights, Olight is actually having a 24-hour flash sale, they call it. We're going to leave that in the description below for you guys to check out. We're excited for this winter, and mainly with these flashlights, we're hoping to save some money with the rechargeable batteries. We will see you guys on the next video.